So our kids were really excited about farm animals. And one of our first adventures was chickens. And, you know, we had to build them someplace to live. And we didn't have any plans. We just kind of winged it. We still don't have a lot of tools, so we're trying to make do with what we've got. We used the old-fashioned water level method to try to level everything out. So we have these 4x4 posts that we put in the ground. So it's just a pole barn, repurposing a lot of the wood from the old shed. And you can see some of our rafters and such. We have some new plywood that we used and some old plywood from the old shed. We got some beams on the bottom with some big bolts, which is more than enough for this sort of thing. And the girts are those 2x4s on the outside. You know, whenever we had a chance, I'd get out there and keep working. And then when I had to leave, I'd just try to cover all the tools up. Of course, the seasons are changing. This is winter clearly by this point. We got the roof on. We used the old metal from one of the pig sheds. There were a couple pig sheds on the property that we repurposed for the roof. Took us a while, a little bit longer than expected, which is pretty much our story over and over again. Just learning the process, learning the tools. Every time you turn around, you need to buy a new tool. If you don't have a new tool, you've got to make do with what you got. But the sun finally came out and we're back at it. And we had some old acrylic, black acrylic that we were using for the windows. It was left over from the patching up the house. We used that to shield our windows from the elements because some of the wood was starting to rot. We didn't have time to get to all that. So we just put this black material over all the house windows, and we had some left over. And one of the things we wanted to do was basically build a Fort Knox of chicken coops. And there are a lot of tricks. The main thing is hardware cloth. It's expensive, but we wrap that thing pretty much almost everywhere with that hardware cloth. When it comes to dealing with predators, predators will come up to the base of your chicken coop and they'll start digging, and they'll want to dig under the coop to get up from below. We take this hardware cloth and we run it out perpendicular to the building and we bury it with dirt and rocks. So they'll dig down and hit that hardware cloth and give up. I think we came out maybe a foot or so. And we have a little chicken run of sorts at the bottom that's wrapped in that hardware cloth. There's a little hole in the floor and a ramp. They can go down to the little chicken run. They get into our little Fort Knox at night and they sleep safe and sound. Here I'm just cutting the plywood, and a lot of the tools we actually inherited from my wife's dad. I call it the Daddy Depot. He had a lot of great tools.
This is a view from within the chicken coop. There's the old little barn. We're cleaning it out, getting ready to put the floor on. We'll be putting this linoleum stuff here on. It's ideal for kitchens, bathrooms, and laundry rooms. And chicken coops, apparently.
My eldest daughter is here helping me. We're laying down linoleum on the plywood. You get a lot of moisture in there and you want to protect that plywood, and that's what we came up with. Ideally, you'd want to put like a full, complete, seamless peel and stick across the bottom. And then we put sand on the bottom. The idea behind sand is it's easier to clean out and try to keep that place as clean as possible. That's one of the tricks to chicken raising, is that you want to keep it clean. Fresh water, free ranging. We're big believers in free ranging. You know, predators will get the chickens on occasion, but I think they have a much happier life. They're much healthier, being free to eat what they want, go where they want for the most part. And the kids loved the chicken coop. They loved it so much that when we finally got it finished, they're like begging me to use it as a fort. They're begging me to sleep in this chicken coop, my two youngest kids, I should say, overnight. But eventually, the chickens needed a place to sleep at night as well, so the kids had to go. The kids were gone.